talks about the referendum. At a time when a country has more pressing issues and really has things that we need to talk about the citizen. So the biggest challenge we have in our country is a problem with prioritization. We don't know what needs to be done when. We have these crazy ideas based on what we have built in our heads, and then we assume that's what is in the best interest of the Kenyan people. And I want to say this: the referendum might be a good idea, but the timing is suspect, especially at such a time as this when the country is coming into a very charged environment of political discourse. So let me tell you this, Nasam. This has nothing to do with you and me. This is everything to do with distracting you from holding the government in power accountable for the failures that are so open, the things that you can look at and see. And for that reason, they want you to focus on something called referendum so that it can be a battle between the political bigwigs and nothing to do with the citizens. And the problem that we have is that people might fall for it. It is absolutely immoral for anybody to introduce a referendum at such a time as this when we have more pressing issues. And you can see it across the board. What they do is that when they realize that this government is being cornered, they introduce something else so that they can distract you. You don't talk about the important things, but guess what? Every single place you go to, television, mainstream, and otherwise, people will be talking about referendum. So that we don't talk about the billions that you mentioned, we don't talk about the trillions that you and Bonnie talk about. But guess what? Let's talk about the referendum. And that is a very dangerous kind of a government to have. So the timing is suspect. They know what they are doing. It's not for the best interest of the country. It is for the political class. And my plea in this year, 2026, the Kenyan people must reject to swallow the bait because there are more important things for us to work on. The referendum, if we ever needed it, I think we'll come and tell them we need it now, but it's not the time.
I like what you have said. I really, really liked the perception that you bring into the conversation. Truthfully, the timing is suspect. And I had not even thought about it as being a distraction mechanism. But now that you have said it, I truly agreed. I think I was narrow minded and just thought, oh, it's for their own benefit. But I think they understand the people are not in support of most of the things that they have been doing. So instead of the people continuing to focus on the wrongful things that they are doing the way we are doing here and speaking about what is not right, us being in space and talking about what is not right, then they would rather watuchanganye with something else so that we do not focus on what is wrong. So that at the time of voting, we are not informed voters. And Jerry, I also have a question for you in regards to the referendum. As they are saying they would want to give the amount to MCAs, give the amount to the senators and the MPs under the constitution. I remember a while back, Omtata gave us a schedule of the different monies that are given to different entities to deal with payment of bursaries. And his analysis was if we take all this money and put in one place, instead of giving an MP some bursary, giving the governor some bursary, giving the woman rep some bursary, if we take all these monies and say a total of this amount is going to be used on capitation and bursaries, and all this amount will be sent directly to the school, he said we would actually use lesser and then it will reach all the rightful people. So, would you, as Njeri from Pachali Moranga, trust your MCA, your MP, your senator to have monies so that they can give it to the people or implement different projects on the ground? Would you trust them with this amount?
Definitely not, Flavia. And the whole conversation, it's about tokenism. Because when you have these MPs and MCAs and governors dishing out the money for the bursaries, it's you have someone, a parent who is coming to plead to you, and you feel like a demigod. Like, I am the one sustaining your child in school. I am the one sustaining your livelihood. And it's very discouraging because there's no dignity with that. No parent wants to line up at somebody's office and basically scramble for resources. In central Kenya, there have been people who have been killed in a stampede of parents when they were scrambling for bursary money and checks. That's how sad that situation is. And I agree with Omtata. Instead of just dividing all this amount into different people who are going to like require parents to come to their office and beg and plead, the best thing is just to put this in one kitty and make education free. So whether you're in college or uni, or whether you're in primary school or secondary school or high school, you know that your child is going in for free. You do not need to announce it to the public, or a school principal does not need to announce, oh, child 1 year old Amolo is getting this and this bursary. No. If this money is dedicated to this school because it knows 20 kids are in need of that bursary money, there is no hush and puff. This is how scholarships and grants work in
Yes.
the United States. No one is announcing, no parent is going to beg for that money. The school already has that amount delegated to them by the federal government, and it's just that simple. So I don't trust any official or leader getting this money, and I feel that we should definitely put everything in one kitty and
Yes.
stop this tokenism of bursaries that we have.